Okay, so I'm going to start into this. So today on the official Crate Twitch channel, they showed off some Necromancer and Inquisitor abilities. And some of this is still rough. It's still in progress. But they showed off both the trees and the trees for both of the classes. Obviously, it's all work in progress stuff. But they showed off some abilities too, and obviously that's still work in progress stuff. So Grava here went through the Necromancer first. Hello, Yukari. Welcome to the stream, and good evening. So he went through the Necromancer first and the Inquisitor. They spent about an hour and a half doing this, but I'm going to skip through a bunch of it. So the first ability in the Necromancer tree, the first two, you have your raised skeletons, and you have your drain essence. And hello, Buffalo. Welcome to the stream. They had drain essence and raised skeletons. And drain essence they don't show until much later. But drain essence looks really awesome. It's essentially you deal some vitality damage and aether damage, and you lifesteal off of it. Raised skeletons is you raise skeletons. So we'll go forward with this a bit. So yeah, Drain Essence, it's channeled like Albrecht's Aether Ray is. Hello, Mr. Zorro. Welcome to the stream. It's almost like I saw you earlier. So yeah. Raise skeletons, we can pause here. Oop. Man, I really wish Twitch, maybe they do have keyboard commands for jumping around in the video. Hello, Gilstein. Welcome. So yeah, that's Drain Essence. I'm going to pause it on Raise Skeleton. Hopefully I'll be quick enough to catch the ability window. But yeah, Drain Essence is basically you deal Aether and Vitality damage and you life drain. Raise Skeleton. So it was confirmed that the pets are all going to be pets. They're not going to be like the yeah, space pauses on pauses, but I mean I can easily click with that too. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the pets are going to be pets. They're not going to be hybrid pets like the skeletons from the Revenant constellation. I am Mr. Zoro. We're going to go over this and do some, third-party analysis of the abilities and potentially what we can do with them. But yeah, skeletons, you have a skeleton summon limit. They exist for X amount of seconds, and then they die. But the duration and your summon limit gets increased with the modifiers. And this last modifier here is when you kill an enemy, it reduces the cooldown of raised skeletons. So this modifier just increases your summon limit, increases the duration they exist. I think this one is probably your skeletal mastery thing. And then this one is your when enemies die, the cooldown gets reduced. So the faster you kill things, I don't know if this is off of the skeletons killing things or off of you killing things or both. Like that'll have to be tested later when we actually get a hold of the class. But yeah, the skeletons can pop up with a couple different types. Yeah, that's the thing. If the skeletons can kill stuff, and this procs off of them killing things, you could pretty much keep your skeletons pouring out. Hello, Simpumbaa. You haven't missed anything. We're just starting out. I just talked about Drain Essence a little bit, and I'll point out what the ability looks like later when we actually get to that. But yeah, we're looking at raised skeletons. So you can see their stats right here. Now what happens with raised skeletons is when you actually raise them, you get a variety of skeletons. So this is, I think, just the base of what you can get out of these guys. But we can let the video play on a little bit. Yeah, Death Knight could be really, really cool. I believe the upper limit he had was 9. So you summon 3, it goes on cooldown, and then you have to summon them in 3s. I'm assuming as you go into the ultimate ranks, though, you end up with more than 9. But given that they have a limited lifespan too, you're probably not going to be able to maintain like a real army. So you can see he puts a couple points in these things to expand them out a bit. But oh yeah, and he also showed off Necrotic Edge. And Necrotic Edge, there isn't really anything. Yeah, there's the first round of skeletons. Normal skeletons, and then you get the armored skeleton there. But Necrotic Edge is a basic attack modifier. It basically adds stuff to your weapon swings. It's not like Fire Strike where you have to, where it's an activated thing. It's more like what would it be like? I guess Zolhan's Technique or Markovian's Advantage, because there's a little circle on top. Yeah, so he's gonna go through the skeletons. I don't remember exactly how this goes, so we're gonna have to sit here and watch it for a little bit. But he does go through both classes. Because I think he also, I don't remember when he shows it off, but let's just jump ahead a little bit. So he goes into the necropolis to just run around and do things. So we'll let that happen for a bit. He does show off more abilities, and there's one that really, really intrigues me, and I really liked, like, I can actually pop this out because the chat replay is going to be in here. Because I actually got to watch this earlier and talk. So yeah, that's the next one. Bone Harvest is another ability. Oh yeah, it's Vitality, Aether are his primaries, but he also has Cold, which you can see on this ability, and Poison is going to be in there. Yeah, I'm really curious what the lifesteal is going to bring in terms of how much damage it deals relative to how much damage you absorb. So, Bone Harvest here. Bone Harvest, if you've seen Glacial Cascade, you'll know what Bone Harvest looks like. It's like a spray of bones that pop out of the ground. It looks really awesome. It's Cold Vitality with a slow. And we'll just go on with it. And he does have a modifier on it. I'll see if I can't stop at Necrotic Edge when he levels it up. Okay, yeah, so Necrotic Edge is a main attack thing. It is like Zolhan's Technique. It procs off of your default weapon attacks. It is basically a Cold Vitality Zolhan's Technique. Hello, Loco Pepino. Oh, thank you. And welcome to the stream. Glad you're enjoying the videos. I know, right, Dark Rose? It's awesome. And they did this earlier today, in case you missed it. I'm not going to have his volume on either, because the game sounds, it's actually using some stock audio from the game. So Drain Essence right now actually sounds like Albrecht's Aether Ray. Yeah, so Necrotic Edge is very much like a Zolhan's Technique, it looks like. It has a different animation too. I'm almost certain he's going to go over another ability. So he goes over Bone Harvest here. It's Piercing Cold Vitality. And we'll get to see it in the actual video. But he leveled it up a bunch. Here we go. Ravenous Faith. At your command, disease and rot pour forth through the cracks within the earth and infect all unfortunate enough to stand too close. This is an AoE that deals... I actually don't know what it is. He didn't use this ability. But yeah, that's going to be your poison acid thing. Given that it has fragments listed, it sounds like it's an explosion that spews fragments. Ill Omen. Mere presence of the Necromancer is often enough to inspire terror within the enemies. You unleash a ghostly wail upon your target that shatters their confidence of lesser foes and rapidly spreads confusion and fear among enemies. So there's a glare on my screen that makes it hard to read when it's dark. So this sounds a lot like Bloody Pox. Yeah, the poison ability is maybe like a sigil, but it has fragments, so I'm thinking maybe it's a sigil and it pops type of thing. And then this sounds a lot like... It's either just a curse, or it's a lot like Bloody Pox to me. Spectral Binding. I want this ability right now. So Spectral Binding is your toggle passive for this class. And it's flat Aether damage, percent Aether damage, more leech life damage, and health. How awesome is that? At least for now. Like, a lot of this, too, I'm going to mention... I think it's an AoE curse. And if it's not an AoE curse, it spreads like Bloody Pox, it sounds like. The description made it sound like it had a spread to it.
Hi there.
But yeah, Spectral Binding is your Aether toggle for the game. Whether you're doing melee or like Aether Ray or any of the other Aether abilities, this is the way you go for it, I think, to get your maximum Aether damage in there. You also get bonus leech life damage, or life leech damage, and the health. So if you deal life leech damage, you can get more of it here. Pretty snazzy. It also looks really cool. I'm probably going to skip by the part where he activates it. Yeah, like we're getting all the Aether abilities with this guy. Because the Essence Drain ability is Aether Vitality. Yeah, and he has level 100 because that's going to be the new level cap. Of course, he had cheated characters to look at all these abilities, which is fine. Also, this has a modifier, but I don't think we get to see what the modifier is. But you can see it's actually a significant amount of health they have right there. He doesn't turn it on immediately. I got a little triggered by that, in all honesty. And hello, Captain Trigger Happy. And you know, like, the art is all temporary. So you have, like, the Aether Missiles art next to... Oh, no, he did turn it on. So you get skulls around you with the Spectral Binding. And he's in normal, so you're going to see a lot of things die quickly. So yeah, this is your Bone Harvest going in. So that's just hitting things with the Necrotic Edge. So that was Bone Harvest. So you got your Summon Skeletons. There's going to be a better look at Bone Harvest. Yeah, that was it. I think like an Almarasta's character could easily adapt Bone Harvest into their repertoire. Yep, that's Bone Harvest. You're on Twitch watching me watch Twitch from a Twitch stream that happened earlier on Twitch. We're definitely into Twitchception right now. It's very, very much a multi-level Twitching going on right now. Because obviously I don't have, I didn't download the video. I should have, so I could have made it full screen, but yeah, so there's your Undead Legion. Increase the summon limit. They live longer. I'll try to quickly pause it whenever he mouses over an ability box. And also, welcome, Ryuside. I heard you like to watch Twitch, so I put some Twitch in your Twitch so you could watch Twitch while you Twitch. Yeah, he's gonna go into more abilities soon, because I believe, at this point he's asking Zantai for permission. Oh, we got another ability in there. Let's go back a little bit. Come on, mouse over it. Let me test my reflexes. Because Zantai was obviously in the stream, and he said what abilities to do. Because that looks like Master of Death, an exclusive skill. Bam! Okay. They showed off both the Necro and the Inquisitor today, and that's what we're going to be looking at. Master of Death. This is your Necromancer exclusive skill. You only get offensive ability in Vitres. Your pets, though, get that amazing amount of defenses and damages. Pretty cool. That might be the... Like, this, I think, is going to be your go-to pet build combo. So, yeah, we got this one. What is it? Reap Spirit. So, this thing is like a bomb that goes off. And, it kills a thing. It actually deals offhand damage, which is weird. That might be a typo. And you have a Sundered Wraith is the thing that pops up. And that is basically a teleporting ghost. What was that other ability he just picked up? Hey, Rorgelf. You were in the stream earlier with him too, right? We'll actually get into playing Grim Dawn momentarily. I do want to go over abilities, though. Yeah, I think this is going to be your go-to, probably your go-to pet combo guy, because of that ability right there, Master of Death. Yeah, because we have the Reap Spirit. Oh, that's a glitch. That's Reap Spirit is both of those. Now I will say, if you're actually gonna play this character and not be a pet build, given that that's the only options up here, I would say skip the last 10 points. Because Reap Spirit, it does deal damage. Oh, yeah, here we go. It deals Aether and Vitality. So, yeah, it can deal a lot of damage, but I think the damage scaling numbers are probably incorrect as well, because that was a lot of Vitality decay. Unless he has just that much on his gear. See, I think they'd let me be a tester, but they probably wouldn't let me stream any of the testing. So I could be all like, oh yeah, I've been play testing everything. The Necromancer's so awesome. You guys don't get to play it. I'm assuming they're gonna throw one other ultimate ability in there, because if you look, they had 3 listed, but 2 of them were the same ability. Oh yeah, this skeleton right here has this like dark cloud around him, and that's an aura that deals damage. So you actually have a dot on these skeletons too. It's pretty silly later when he goes into like this training room that he built up, and the single skeleton just runs around killing everything that has 1 HP. So I think that's pretty much it for what he does here. Oh yeah, we gotta watch there's the Reap Soul. No wait, that wasn't it. Maybe that was it. We had to actually see that ability first though. Just kick it forward a bit. Yeah, so you can see there's your ghost flying around. Summon Flesh Hulk. Be the Flesh Hulk. I'm gonna kick it forward again, because I think he's just running around. He'll just run around. Yeah, there's a good example of the Reeve Soul ability. Ghost looks really awesome. It teleports, deals damage. It's a little bit like the Primal Spirit from Conjure Primal Spirit, but I think you get it more on command. It's just it requires an enemy to die, which is always a rough thing. So yeah, let's jump over here. We'll jump on the Inquisitor for a little bit. So yeah, that's our Inquisitor. Dual wielding pistols this is the dual wield pistols option. It's like your dual wield ability, just straight up. It'd be funny. It'd be funny because of the way Flesh Hulks abuse the crap out of me in this game. Yep. So there's our dual wield pistol mastery. Enables the dual wielding of pistols. It applies to ranged attacks, even if you want to use a rifle or a pistol shield. So it's pierce, fire, cold. I know, right, Dark Rose? Like I said, art assets are not finalized, of course. Big draw here for me is the attack speed, though. That's the flamethrower ability. The flames of, what is it? Ignifar? So it's a channel flamethrower. What I find interesting about it is you can use it with a shield and it deals weapon damage. And then what is it? Stormbox of Ogoloth? That ability is a little dicey right now. He shows it off, but it's just lightning damage and it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, an Ethereal Summoner class. I think we're basically getting that, but it's going to be undeads. So yeah, here comes the flamethrower. Nope, he's going to shoot the pistol. There it is. So we get a cool flamethrower in this class, too. But like I said, it deals weapon damage, which might be too much for anyone out there that knows what weapon damage can do. And the fact that you can do it with any combination of abilities kind of worries me. Because, you can't do that with the Aether Ray. The Aether Ray is a sit and channel ability that you have to commit to the sit and channel for. And that's sort of the draw of that ability. Now, unless they want to make it less damage, but you get extra things in it, that's fine. Because that's sort of also what happens with Essence Drain. Is it's like a split Albrecht's Aether Ray. See, I remember them showing it in they showed a picture of it, right? In the thread preview when they initially showed this off. But for me, just seeing the stats of it, it's like really good for what it is. Now, with that being said, it is a close range thing. So having life steal off of it, you might actually need that just to survive. Having it proc weapon effects is also, I'm on the fence about, because it does deal main hand damage. Now, that being said, maybe it's going to be far, far weaker than Albrecht's Aether Ray, and that's the trade-off. And obviously closer range. But it looks really good. Like, that's actually some really solid flamethrower animation. I do like that it's kind of a unique ability to Grim Dawn, too, because I don't think we've had anything that channels like that. Because we have the Aether Ray, which is the laser, but there are like 3 lasers in the game. Okay, so, Word of Pain. Word of Pain is weird. There's a Word of Pain and a Word of... What was the other one? I know they're gonna... He monsters over it soon, but... it's like Word of Rejuvenation? But Word of Pain, if you look, it's a huge area, deals elemental damage, fire and cold. And I don't think there's an animation for it quite yet. Yeah, Rune of Heart... Hagarar, that's the trap he shows later. There are the 2 exclusive skills. I don't think I need to stop on those, really. They're exclusive skills. New patch 1009, I think it's out. The expansion, oh yeah, here we go. Word of renewal. You get a heal. An on-command heal from this class. It also reduces damage. So, pretty big add-on for that, to have a character that can do that. Because the only other healing you have that's close to on command, I think, is from an item. Otherwise, it's all proccing. Yeah, the expansion, they said Q2 is looking like it's going to be the time period, possibly longer. So they originally said between now and like June. Now it's pretty much going to be not this month or next month. And it might even take a little longer. So Q2, possibly Q3. Dantai said that in the stream today. Yeah, so he's going over the aura. Let's jump to this, because like it's not an accurate test of anything, but he goes into a training room here with the Inquisitor. So yeah, flamethrowers down some guys, and he'll do Word of Pain, and I think there's supposed to be an animation on it that they don't have yet. Because it just explodes. Like, that's Word of Pain. And I'm wondering what it's supposed to do beyond that, or if they are going to have these like a special noise for it. Yeah, Ryu, there you go. We can just play more Grim Dawn in the meantime. Hi there. But yeah, you can also see it's been doing random shapes around these guys too, so it's a little weird what Word of Pain is. And then he shows off the traps. I would assume that when they add the expansion in, you can go into it in normal at the end of normal. So it's probably going to be scaling that way. And then in Elite, it would scale similarly. So probably you could probably do the new content in normal at like level, 40? And in Elite would be like 60, 70. Yeah, and things scale with your level too. But there is a cutoff where they won't scale anymore. Yeah, and that's the heal. It's actually kind of a... Actually, that's not a heal. No, that is a heal. It's a giant... Because if you look, the duration is longer than the recharge. This is a big AoE version of Pneumatic Burst. I'm reading this. Also, Eldritch as a creature type. Anyone see that? Now, excuse me. Now he's going over the modifiers. Not really. Not that I know of. I think some areas do have that though. Like, Bastion of Chaos definitely has a low. It has a floor. Yeah, Ryu. There are definitely areas like that, but most of the game will scale with you. So the new area, it'd be scaled to you. Because, like, yeah, when you also enter Elite, you're not going to find enemies below a certain level. Same thing with Ultimate. Now, the traps he shows off coming up, one's going to be a fire trap, one's going to be a cold trap. They have Grim Dawny names, so it's kind of... It's kind of hard for me to actually say the names yet. Because they have their Rune of Hug something and Rune of something else. That's Word of Pain. Yeah, Monk Inquisitor. Yeah, don't worry, he'll get to the traps in a second. Rune of Hagarod. Let's go back just a teeny tiny bit. So these are going to be things that proc off of default weapon attacks, obviously, because they're circles. Yeah, so the Inquisitor has traps. One is cold. When it procs, kaboosh. I think they're going to change that animation, though. And then, there's fire. Because to me, this is the ice spikes you get from, like, that one helmet ability. And then this is the other trap, which looks like a cluster of cluster bombs. Pretty cool, though. So, he also... Let's hop over to the Necromancer. More Necro stuff. So he's going to use Essence Drain here. I wouldn't mind a weird secret level Yukari. So here's Essence Drain, fully maxed out. Yeah, he's shooting things that have 1 HP, but yeah. It is not possible to go all the way up to your max level in normal veteran. You can only get to about 60. Maybe a little higher if you really, really push it. But yeah, 60 is about where you end up. And you can see one of the skeletons that he'll pull up is going to have like a black smoke around it, and that's an aura that deals damage. But yeah, the skeletons actually look really good too, because they move fast. They apparently hit hard. Look pretty good. Yeah, see this black smoke? It's an aura. I like that they have variation in the skeletons too. But yeah, Drain Essence. I think the build I'm going to shoot for is Drain Essence next to Albrecht's Aether Ray. Where I would use Drain Essence as, like, use Albrecht's Aether Ray for single target. Drain Essence for groups. Or use it to recharge in between. Yeah, it's a little modded practice room he made. And he's just showing off the abilities. But yeah, Essence Drain, man. A life-stealing Vitality Aether Channel ability. Yeah. And then I left around that point. Because I had to leave work. So I don't think there's anything else we have to go over. But it's cool we got our first look at the Necromancer and Inquisitor. What are your guys' thoughts? Because I really like it. Yeah, and Yukari, I'm actually thinking of building Inquisitor too at some point. Necromancer first, though. Drain Essence all the way.